And so my earliest memories are tied to the civil rights movement. And obviously Dr. King, Malcolm X, those were prominent leaders, Kennedy, Robert Kennedy. But the folks I think who inspired me the most because I could relate to them were the grassroots civil rights leaders. You know, people who were working with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the Freedom Riders. Yeah, most of these, they were kids. I mean, they were, you know, college students, people like John Lewis, and they would go and sit in lunch counters, and they're taking abuse, but they're showing people how dehumanizing Jim Crow was. You know, they're riding buses, and sometimes they're getting beat up. In some cases, some died. They're knocking on doors in communities, trying to register people to vote. And I remember watching that, and I said to myself, you know what? To see young people take on those kinds of responsibilities and put themselves on the line on behalf of justice and equality and freedom, that was inspiring to me, and I could relate to it, right? You know, you look at somebody like JFK or Dr. King, you're all like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be all that. But what I know I can do is I can march. I know I can, you know, try to register people to vote. And so that's how I ended up, when I got out of college, I decided to become a community organizer. And that's how I moved to Chicago, was to work in low-income communities, trying to, you know, see if I can give them a lift and work with local leaders, community leaders, just to try to make things a little bit better in those local areas, you know, and that's really what inspired me initially.